Hi friends, my name is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here today. I'm going to be doing the book snack tag, which is just so much fun. I love this tag already. It was created by the Midnight Reader, and I was tagged by my friend Deea from Novel Idea. Please go support both of their channels. And let's just jump right into the prompts. The first one is Sweet, the chocolate chip cookie of books. Pick a book that is warm-hearted, uplifting, and makes you feel less cynical about the world. The True Gift by Patricia McLaughlin. And this is a sweet children's Christmas story that I read to my kids a couple years ago. It is so beautiful. It's about a brother and a sister, and they love going to their grandparents' farm at Christmas time. They love walking into town, into the quaint little library. They love trimming the tree, all the wonderful things. And then there's this cow that is in the fields, and it's alone, and they're concerned about it, and they're afraid that it's going to go away. And they learn about true giving this Christmas. So it just is one of those feel good, feel so good type books. The next one, prompt 2, Salty, inherently craveable. Pick a book or series that you couldn't stop reading or reaching for. So I've talked a lot about my guilty pleasure of Cassandra Clare on here, and I, say my favorite is Infernal Devices. That's true, but there's one series that she did that I don't love the storyline as much. It's a Dark Artifices, but there was just something about there's kind of like not really the healthiest relationship. The teen couple romance there was something very shippable about that romance. I don't know what it was, but I read all 3 books. She hooked me. Prompt 3, Cheesy, like Cheeto dust, you can't escape the cheese. Pick a book that you love because or in spite of its cheesiness. Well, I'd like to thank the house in the neighborhood for Halloween that had Cheetos so that I could get a picture with Cheetos for my thumbnail. Thank you, house in my neighborhood. And yes, no, I didn't eat those. Those were my child's trick-or-treat chips. So I put it back with his things after I took the picture. But cheesy, oh gosh. I'm trying to think. Well, I'm just going to go with it. I let my kids read these comics called the Cat Kid Comic Club. You cannot get more cheesy than those books, but they get my stinking little boys that don't want to read. So thank you, Dave Pilkey. We will keep buying them. They're so cheesy though. Next, Deep Fried. You bit too soon into the hot batter and got burned. Pick a book that hurt to read. Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. That was a hard historical fiction to read, but you know what? I think she handled it well, because if she'd gotten a little bit more graphic with some parts, I think I wouldn't have been able to finish it. She just went far enough that what was happening hurt me, which it should, but it didn't trigger me so much that I felt like I could not finish the book. So I thought it was an excellent book. I think you should read that book. Excellent historical fiction. It was just painful read. Prompt 5, Ice Cold. Something the snack you want can only come from the deep freezer. Pick a book that transports you to a cold place. Well, I'm blanking on the name of the last Gilded Wolves book, but that whole book by Roshana Chokshi, it transports you to like this ice palace for part of the book. And so, I mean, I read this book in summertime or late spring, and I felt cold while I was reading it, just having like the ice palace described to me. So definitely that one. 4th book in the Gilded Wolf series. Sour. Some things are too sour to keep a straight face. Pick a book that made you make faces while you're reading. And I have got to go with the same answer that Deea had. I am so sorry to copy Deea, but Red Rising. I haven't read books 2 and 3. There are parts of it that are a little violent, but you know what made me start going, like literally the first or second page, they were like broadcasting the bad thing to me that was going to happen, the really bad thing. I mean, I was just like, and maybe it wouldn't be so obvious to other people, but I was like, no, I don't want this to happen right away. No. So anyway, yes. Prompt 7, the healthy snack. You picked this up because it was good for you. Pick a book that you read to improve yourself in some way. I can't remember the author's name, but I had no real great interest in reading it, but I remember picking up the 7 Habits of Influencing People, and good tips. Some of them are definitely very common sense, but good tips. Number 8, juicy. Like an orange or a watermelon, some snacks have plenty of pieces to share. Pick a book that is profoundly shareable, a book you want others to read. I am going to say, because it is one of the less talked about and probably one of my favorite by him. And I like to, even though there's so many I can mention, I like to try to mention ones I haven't really talked about before every now and then. Nicholas Nickleby by Charles Dickens. You really don't hear about that very often. We hear about Great Expectations, A Tale of Two Cities, Oliver Twist. But that one, I feel like, is the most addictive book. It really just drew me in. So give it a try. I don't know if a lot of people have read that book. Prop 9, the snack pack. Everyone wins when you swap and share your snacks. Tag some friends to do the tag. I am going to tag Katie at Paperbacks and Ponytails. I love her channel. She is just the sweetest, most generous person, always trying to encourage other booktubers. And then I'm going to be tagging my sweet friend Jordan at the Bookish Gem. I would be really interested to hear her responses to these. And I'm going to tag Boozy's Bookish Books. And I hope you guys are doing well and that you read a lot. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.